Hello, everyone, and welcome in the next episode in Kardamom in Chile.
Hello.
I'm Vera.
Sorry.
She's really excited to talk to you all, therefore.
That was a weird start. I'm Heike.
It was a very weird start.
A branding coach. Welcome to another quirky episode.
Now we need to take a breath and try to be serious.
No.
It's not going to happen. And that's probably why you listen to us. Because we are talking about serious stuff, not in the serious manner.
Yeah. Life is too serious to be serious about it. I think my dad said this all my life.
Let's talk about self-development, because we touched that subject a little bit. And you had a good quote. Remember that?
Yes, I had a fantastic one-to-one with someone, and she said that being a business owner is the best self-development tool you can have. Obviously, that is not a sentence which is news and new, but it's a great reminder that when you are a business owner and you are going places, self-development is one of the biggest things you have to do. And you are doing usually.
I generally believe, I'm not sure if you're going to agree with me, but I generally believe that when you choose to work for yourself, you're choosing as well self-developing path, because if you're not growing personally in your business, you're going to go out of the business very soon, don't you think?
Yes, that's true. You need, it's kind of a must have or must do when you become a business owner to go down the self-development path even more than ever before, because you need to keep yourself on track. You need to all of a sudden manage yourself and your brand and your marketing and your networking and your your everything. And if you don't put certain self-development techniques into place, you will have a very, very hard time. And if you're not willing to self-develop at all, you will, not succeed.
Yeah, I'm interested. Do you have some tips for people? Like, because you mentioned self-developing techniques. So it's not like, hey ho, it's happening. No?
Well, there are several things, I really don't like this word, that you can do. And one of the main things is extremely simple and sounds daft, but it's breathing.
Ooh.
Because when you are in an agitated state, when you, for example, try to figure out how the website works that you're building and you're sitting there getting completely confused and in the end overwhelmed, best thing you can do is drop everything, like literally just drop it, step away, put yourself into a hero pose and start breathing. Deep breath of fresh air, and you will immediately feel how much calmer you become. And breathing is one of the best tools, because we all adapted a breathing pattern that is not great for the body, because we are sitting most of the time, we're hunched over or sitting sloppy in a chair, and the breathing is affected by everything. And as soon as we start to get stressed, breathing becomes shallow instead of taking deep breath and becoming more aware, becoming calmer and more focused. Breathing is one of the keys.
So one of the systems in psychology, I think the flight and fight mode, when it causes your anxiety and panic, when that's a natural thing. We've been equipped with that from, ancestors when we had to run from the predators very, very, very many years ago. And
but
now,
a website is not a saber cat.
Is it not?
It is not a dinosaur.
But I can imagine like a website as a dinosaur jumping at you and scare. Well, not paying you on time customer is your predator these days.
No, you need to become the predator. You need to hunt them down.
I thought that we're trying to tell people not to activate flight and fight mode.
Yeah, wait. When you you activate it in your client, but they already are in the fight and flight because then otherwise they would have paid.
Yeah,
but a great way around that is, by the way, to just do prepayment. So makes it all much easier.
Additional tip. Yeah.
That's not additional. And it gives you much more peace of mind because you do invest. That's actually one of the things with all the self-development, you need to check with your money mindset as well. And especially women, we have a very twisted money mindset because of the way we are seen and being brought up. And especially when you're like Vera and I at more at the end of our 40s than the beginning, we have completely different generational money mindset pattern than our younger generations now. And there is a lot of self-development in there as well. Cleaning up money mindset and not having to hunt down your clients and even go into the defensive and say, oh, yeah, sorry, client, then you don't pay me, but you can hire me again. No, you need to learn to stand up for yourself and need to learn to develop the mindset and therefore the tool to tell the client, okay, here are my T&Cs. This is the payment term. You pay me up front, period. If you're not willing to do that, go somewhere else.
I really like in my journey in self-development, which is never-ending story, and I don't think it's gonna finish till last my breath. Again, the grammar doesn't really work very well today. Sorry, guys, but hey, I really feel that was one of the best things to accept that actually, when I change and I self-develop, I will attract people who do the same, and I'm making my life easier by doing that. That's quite cool. I like to think about it this way. When you look at it, the whole your journey, what is like the best of the best you've done for yourself that you can say, like, guys, just go for it because that was cool?
I mentioned this in episode 2 or 3, I think. When I did not succeed with my last business model, the moment when I submitted to what I really want to do, what my heart wants to do, this strength of and this courage to submit to that and jump. This wee moment, that was one of the most significant ones, because it's very much comparable to me when I decided to immigrate to Scotland. And when I decided to jump and launch my business much earlier than I thought I would be doing it. And there are some significant things where you have only a split second of a decision that you make that all of a sudden unlocks so much more and so many new levels of anything and everything. And this courage and this feel the fear and do it anyways, that's also part of the self-development, because you get out of your comfort zone in that moment. You submit to something that you really want to do. And the moment you do this, there is something in there. It is as if the universe lives inside yourself. It feels absolutely, utterly amazing.
Well,
and
I need to jump in, because the secret is, I need to share the secret. Can I, please?
Yes, of course you can.
The secret is, because it does. If you do believe in that, and I do believe that you are the universe.
Well, I would say I'm my own multiverse, even. I have so many universes in my head. It's like, and my heart. So
multiverse.
Yeah. Like the ending scene in Men in Black 1, where you have the marble where you zoom out of our galaxy and all of a sudden we are in a marble and entities are playing with the marbles and every marble is a universe in itself. So I love that picture. And I need to stop thinking here because it breaks my brain when I think this further. Like how this is going on indefinitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are our own universes
Mhm.
and can make the best or the worst out of it. And the worst is not self-developing to another level, to the next level.
Yeah, but you mentioned that split second, this enlightenment bulb, whoever calls that, let them to have their own words for it. But in retrospective, when you look at it, how many, I don't know, days, months, years lead to that moment? How many books, how many courses, how many conversations, how many
My whole life, my whole self-development life, because obviously you're programmed by your parents' behaviors, unfortunately, in some cases, but for the first 3 to 7 years. So when you're 3 to 7, you are being ingrained with stuff from your parents, from your family, from your closest members. Then you start to become more self-aware and start to question everything. And you create your own picture of the world based on what you learned. And then you put new stuff on it. So you develop into something. Then come the dreaded teenage years and the 20s, where you try to find your way in the world. And when you start to self-develop and you have the awareness that you need to change things when you want to change things. When you want to have something changed, you need to change usually. And you can do this when you have the awareness already in your teens. You can do it in your 20s. You can do it whenever you start. I started some 16 years ago, like consciously wanting to improve things, getting away from all the bad stuff that I have been taught during my life because it was not very pretty. And so the result of those epiphanies is always based on your past, what you learned from it, and what people have influenced you, and how much you have a growth mindset.
That's why I've asked, because that's what came through what you're saying. It came through what I've learned till now, and I believe really that the biggest, self-developing coaches, people around you, successful business owners, they all say the same. It's just a constant work and constant awareness of who you are, where you are, or where you want to be, and learning from the past. And I guess that's the main lesson for business owners, isn't it? That you're at the best at the moment, learn from the past, and you can be better because you self-develop yourself, and you kind of growing, isn't it?
Yes. And I would add that you need to be willing to accept change. And that is something that is ingrained in us because our brain doesn't like change. And it wants to keep us stuck where we are because it is so comfortable. We are used to navigate it. That's why people stay in situations where they constantly complain about, but don't do anything about, because it's comfortable being there for the brain, because the brain knows how to navigate it. So when you want to get out of something, you need to be willing to accept change and accept that change is a necessity to be able to grow. That's why this sentence exists: feel the fear and do it anyway. Change causes fear, fight and flight reaction. If you want to get past this and not stay where you are, you need to face it and do it anyway. And that is a huge part when you're not willing to accept change. Even though it is very, very fearful, anxiousness inducing, you will stay where you are. But when you remember that it's just our brain, you can easily say, okay, brain, thank you very much. But there is no saber-toothed tiger here. There is no predator who wants to get me. The website is not doing any harm to me. It cannot attack me. Let's move past it.
No. No. The dinosaur website not attacking us.
So you can easily move, easily. Haha, I'm saying this because I'm used to it. And I still have fear. But I know how to handle it because of the tools, because of the stuff I learned about the brain as well. So when you really work with your fight and flight reflex as if it's a wee child and say, oh, everything is good, we can move past this, comfort it, be self-compassionate, show some self-love. And then you go off and do it as an adult who knows that we are in the safest, at least in this country or in Europe, most of Europe, we are in the safest spaces we have ever been in history. Yeah.
Yeah, we lucky. We actually are lucky to live at the time when possibilities are endless. Actually, they are. I've got a quite interesting story about self-development and stuff, and really keen to share that. I had a customer, and we were doing brand shoot for her, and she was starting the journey and approached me, wanted a few photographs to keep her moving. And I was like, yeah, sure, all right. We've done something. Photographs are great. I still like them. After 6 months, she came back and she was like, you know what? I don't like that anymore. And she loved them when we made them. And she was like, you know what? I don't like them anymore. It's nothing to do with you. I just don't know what's going on. And I actually burst with laugh, because normally when people going in the regular space, they overgrown their brand shoot, branding, 2 years. We say 2 years. I guess that you agree with me. But she was so quick, she was so fast that she overgrown herself in 6 months. And that was amazing, because that was reflection of what she said about the photographs. Photographs were great, but because she moved so fast, she self-developed so fast, she became the next level of the business owner she wanted to be so fast, that was so quick and so visible. And I love that story because it shows you that the tools we provide, that's your anchors, that's your tools, you can really see where you were, where you are, or where you're going.
Yeah,
it's super cool. Really love
the business owner is an accelerator for your growth, especially when you have a lot of support and support yourself and acknowledge that, you need to grow in order that the business, the brand, everything can grow. And that's an amazing story because it is absolutely on point.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, because it's really, that's probably only once happened to me that someone done that so quick, so obvious. That was so obvious. It's just great in that sense. But
I do believe, though, that we, or most of us, grow this quickly, but we are not in a place to change it, to change the looks of it. Because when you start out, like it's with a branding, if you had a branding, you have most probably outgrown it already a couple of months in, because you were finding your way. But you keep it because it's an investment, or you keep it because there is no time. You make no time. Not calling you out here, people. You make no time for
people
bringing it with you. Same goes for the photos. I need new photos again because it's nearly 2 years after already. So it's like weird how much the time flies. That's another thing. And the more you grow, the more some things can stay behind. And that's then the realization when you come to me or Vera after 2-3 years and say, okay, something's not working. My marketing is not working. No, it's actually the brand that's not working because you did not bring it into the now. And because there is so much going on, you have still so much baggage from back then, which is fine because it brought you to the point where you are today, but you need to leave it behind. You just need to unpack it, store it away, use what you can use, and then move on into the future.
Yes, that's, really nicely related to what you said about, going further, change, constant change. That's the only certain thing in life.
As much as we don't like it,
Change.
but it's always there.
Yeah. Oh. Just get a bit philosophical. Just
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just sit like that just with people. Now 10 minutes of, sounds.
No.
Weird.
You're not doing this.
No.
No.
Okay, so one without doing this. No. One favorite, and it's gonna quite tricky, but maybe reframe that. One recent favorite self-developing book, tool, something you've done that you're really thankful for, that you've done that. And you feel benefits.
Well, my most recent one is that I'm doing the NLP practitioner course, and it is amazing how much this helps with your growth. And it's amazing how revealing it can be, and what an amazing tool it is to help others as well. And it's so easy to navigate once you understand some of the mechanics. Some things my brain refuses to understand or to believe at the moment, but that's the learning process, and I'm totally aware of it. And NLP is so much, there's so much magic in there because you can so simply reframe your mind and get rid of old paradigms, which is absolutely fantastic. It's not new as well. The technique has been around for more than 60 years. This specific one and all the other techniques that it is based on have been around ever since people have analyzed and tried to figure out other people. But there are such simple things in there. That's amazing. And one of the things was that you can turn a like into a dislike. Not talking about addictions here, but for example, I loved mayonnaise and I didn't eat it often, but unfortunately a little too much when I ate it. So I wanted to get rid of this because I also am allergic to eggs, which is detrimental with mayonnaise. So I think it took some 10 minutes and we turned mayonnaise in something that I despise now. 10 minutes. Can you imagine the amazing possibilities that lie within NLP? And how amazing it can be to change anything that you want to change. And that is the beauty and the magic of NLP. When you decide you want to change, when you accept the change, then there is where the magic happens. And that's only one tool. So there are so many different ones. There are so many others. Hypnotherapy is an amazing self-growth, self-development tool, and inner child work. And, you can name it. It's amazing. So find something that is useful to yourself and don't be limited to one. I have so many tools. I have a toolbox conglomeration of tools collected over the last nearly 20 years. So yeah, meditation, breathing, NLP now, hypnotherapy before. Well, I'm not a hypnotherapist, but I know the benefits and they are absolutely, absolutely bloody amazing. So there is so much you can do and it's so much fun to explore it. Yes, it's scary when you decide to do it, but the rewards are absolutely invaluable.
I guess that's what we can say when we're talking about self-development, that it's generally scary when you decide to go for a change. It doesn't really matter if that's gonna be, I don't know, swimming. That's my thing because I still can't swim, but that's my goal. I will eventually. Or exactly learn a new tool or do something. It's the main thing. You make decision, you go for it, even if you're scared. And as you were saying, do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then the benefits coming.
And that is as simple as it gets.
Yay. Sometimes it's quite difficult to accept that can't be simple.
Yes. It's most of the time difficult to accept that things can be simple. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that we are not alone here.
With the self-development, there is so much where you can tackle things that we believe, like the work hard attitude is a false belief because you do not need to work hard. It's more like work smart, not hard. Or effective, which is kind of smart as well. So and we have been taught all our lives, especially from our grandparents. And I had very old grandparents, so my generation has even skipped another one. Work is hard. It can never be simple and easy. That's not the truth. Because when you learned all your life and you are the expert in your field and you founded a business and you are here, you are allowed to have it easy and simple because you invested all the decades before into this. This doesn't mean you stop developing further, you stop learning, never stop learning. But when it's easy and simple, it's because you have invested decades of work beforehand. So when something comes easy to you, you might have a talent for it, most probably, and you have invested all the time in learning. You have maybe degrees that show how much you invested or how many years you invested. You have you are self-taught. You have invested 10,000 hours and more into something. You have become the expert. And when it comes easy to you now, that is your reward. You are allowed to accept it. You're allowed to have it simple. You're allowed to have it easy. There is no need to have it hard.
I think that's the main thing. I feel, I believe, I know that's the common misconception that you need that to be hard. But the truth is, and I love what you said, that actually you spend all your energy, self-development, all your efforts to be an expert, to do what you do the best you can do. And that's why actually it should be easy. And you allow to accept that because that's I love it. Love what you said. That's your reward. Yeah, you're coming to the place, you're seeing it. I don't know. And you could be anything. You jump as business coach on the call with someone and listening to them. And after 5 minutes, you just know where's the tweaks need to be done. They can't see it. You do, but that's because you're experienced. That's because you've learned. That's because you see things different way. That's because you are an expert. Electrician comes to your place and they identify broken cables in a minute. Well, they should at least. But that's their job. They experts. They've learned. They pay for courses. They pay for tools. So on and on. So yeah, I love it. To me, the main take from our conversation today, it's you actually, that's your goal. Make it easy.
That's one thing you said there with the knowing. We all know this. but we disregard it. We don't listen to it.
Mhm.
So it's great to give a reminder of this.
Mhm.
You are allowed to have it easy, have it simple, and you have the permission to give yourself permission to enjoy your journey. No matter how you got here, but take it from here and just be curious about more and what lies behind the next change, what lies behind the next decision, where you think like, oh God, I can't do this, I can't do that. Okay, I do it anyway. And then enjoy the ride. Of course, it's not always fluffy and unicorns and I don't know, farts that smell of strawberries, but it's, you have this beauty right in front of you. You see a change. Will you jump and enjoy the ride, or will you stay where you are?
Yeah, I like that one very much. And also, I think that's on the back of it, but we can talk about it in the future, maybe, if you agree, and we can get that on the list of topics to talk. The list is long, people. The list is long. So, what? I'm just talking about the future conversations, and for me, the future conversation, it could be also what if there is not easy, it causes you trouble. It is not your one thing you want to do and enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe find someone who,
or just don't do it. It depends, but that's definitely another episode.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that could be quite interesting one.
See, it's all connected. So you need to listen on to our babbling and our what we do here, because then you have the whole picture. But that would mean they would not need to hire us. That's okay. We're doing something wrong then.
So I think that we're doing all
I know.
right
I was
here.
just kidding.
And I got caught on that. No. We still need it, and it's a one thing to talk and enjoy conversation, which I do. It's another thing to get things and get them done.
That's true.
So maybe we can leave people with that. Let them do things, or thinking about
Not
doing
only thinking,
things,
you need to get into action.
and come back to
Otherwise,
us for
you
the
will
next one.
always just think and nothing happens. Come on.
Yeah, I knew
you know
you were
me.
gonna say that. Sure, I do. So, dear listeners, go take some actions and come back and take more actions to listen to future episodes.
Yes, and with guests coming up.
Yeah, exciting.
So we have some excellent, excellent people who are amazing at what they do, amazing souls, and I can't await having them on our Kardamom and Chili.
Yeah, can't wait as well, because I will meet them, some of them, for actually first time.
Yes, that's right. So I'm throwing you in the deep end there. I'm so sorry for that. I'm not, but I know because you will like them.
I know.
I would never do that to you if I would not know that you wouldn't.
That's my pre-lessons of swimming.
That you should not be doing when you start. So don't jump into the deep end.
Okay.
So
right. Thank you very much for today. Hope we managed to get you interested in self-developing. And listen to us very soon.
Yes. Have a wonderful day. Take care and bye.
Bye.